Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into the World Economic Forum's latest Global Risks Report for 2026. But we're not just going to look at the big global picture. We're going to zero in on what it all means for the business sector right here in East Africa. Now, this report is a huge deal. It pulls insights from over 1,300 experts from all over the world. So our job today is to cut through the noise and figure out, what does this massive global forecast actually mean for us locally? The report really doesn't pull any punches. The main theme is pretty stark. It says the world is on a precipice. We're entering what they call a new age of competition. Basically, the old ways we used to cooperate globally are starting to break down, and something new, something, well, a lot more confrontational, is taking its place. And this quote right here, it just nails the tone. Stability is under siege. It's a powerful way of saying that the very foundations we've relied on for years are being shaken as countries start looking out more for themselves. It's a pretty intense way to kick things off, right? Okay, so this chart is fascinating because it puts some hard numbers on that feeling of anxiety. When they asked all these global experts what the next 2 years look like, a full half of them, 50%, said it's going to be turbulent or stormy. And get this, only a tiny 1% expect things to be calm, just one. So the big takeaway here is that global uncertainty, that's our new baseline. So if the forecast is turbulent, what are the actual storms we should be watching for? Let's take a look at the specific threats that are really worrying global leaders right now. The number one risk, the single biggest worry on a global scale for the short term, is actually a new one at the top. It's a risk that's jumped a massive 8 spots from last year's survey. And there it is, geoeconomic confrontation. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but this has shot past everything else to become the number one global concern. So what on earth does that actually mean? Well, in simple terms, it's when countries start using their economic power as a weapon. Think about nations using things like trade rules, tariffs, and access to technology, not just to grow their economies, but to play power politics, to push rivals back and shore up their own influence. And this image, it shows you exactly what's at stake. When economics becomes a battlefield, the first casualties are the supply chains that connect all of us. For any business that depends on the flow of goods across borders, this means more chaos, higher costs, and some serious headaches. Of course, this big risk doesn't happen in the bubble. It's all mixed in with a whole cocktail of other major concerns. The stuff we hear about all the time, like misinformation, actual wars, crazy weather, and deep, deep divisions in society. Okay, but this is where it gets really interesting for us. This is the most important part of our whole explainer. Does this global picture of risk, does it actually line up with what business leaders are seeing on the ground here in East Africa? So let's ask the question directly. Is geoeconomic confrontation really the number one thing keeping a CEO in Nairobi up at night? Well, the report gives us a really fascinating answer because it actually surveyed executives in over 100 countries, including Kenya. And the answer is a huge, resounding no. Just look at this data from Kenya. The top concern isn't some high-level global power game. It's the lack of jobs. It's unemployment. That's followed by worries about public services, the crushing weight of debt, and the fear of a local economic downturn. These are immediate, domestic, kitchen table issues. And this slide right here tells the whole story. You've got this massive disconnect. While the global experts are focused on what feels like a geopolitical chess match, business leaders in Kenya are worried about the very foundation of their own market. It's a classic tale of the macro versus the micro, the global versus the local. And when you think about it, this makes perfect sense, right? For a business trying to operate day to day, a lack of jobs isn't some abstract concept. It means you have fewer customers with money to spend. It means a more unstable society. These risks aren't just headlines. They define the actual reality of doing business. So you have this landscape of global instability on one hand and very real local pressures on the other. What's the path forward? Well, the report does offer some clear ideas for how to navigate this new competitive world. First, it says, hey, don't wait for the whole world to agree on something. Instead, build smaller alliances, these coalitions of the willing, to tackle specific trade issues that matter to our region. Second, it really hammers home the need for government and businesses to talk to each other a lot to create a stable environment. And finally, it's all about building strength from the bottom up, empowering local communities to find local solutions. And that really brings us to the final thought to leave you with. The report paints a picture of a world where priorities are diverging and old alliances are fraying. So the ultimate question for every leader, for you, is how do you navigate this incredibly complex map? How do you balance those big global storms with the reality on the ground to build a business that doesn't just survive, but actually thrives? How can you turn all this risk into resilience?